Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and this is Stargirl episode 12, the penultimate episode, just one more to go, and we couldn't have had a better episode. This episode, guys, kicks off in the past, and we're talking about Dolores Winter, the actress. She wins an award, and after killing King Standish for trying to make out with her, she plots with the Dragon King to capture an albino gorilla obtained by Congo Bill. There's some big DC names in here. King Standish, Congo Bill, massive, massive, massive names in DC Comics. But they talked about Congo Bill being the person who captured the albino body. So remember, guys, this is Earth 2. I think we know where the albino gorilla came from, don't we? Everybody knows about what's going on in the gorilla forest there in Earth 2 and Grodd. But when I saw this, guys, I knew that my prediction about Starman was true. You only have to go back to my video of episode 11 at the end of it when I talked about Ultra Humanite brought Starman back to life and has him under control. That's exactly what not only did I say it 2 weeks ago, but I've been saying it pretty much all season long, because it just didn't feel right, did it? Yeah, but it seems I've hit the nail on the head in my reviews all season long. So guys, I was right. This wasn't Starman. It never was. It was true that he suddenly returned back to life because of the connection to the staff, which energized inside his body and brought him back to life. But, and it's a big but, the big reveal is that the brain inside of him was taken and now belongs to the mad scientist known as Ultra Humanite. This was the shocker that I've been talking about and I've been waiting for. You had to know, guys, by seeing the previous episode yourself, that this was never the real Starman. This was an actor who knew how to act and play the part. So well done to all of you guys who follow my channel and guessed that it wasn't Starman. It had something to do with Ultra Humanite. Now, Sylvester promises Artemis that he will kill Jordan instead of her. And he also tells Beth and Yolanda to find successors for them in case they are fallen JSA members, because succession breeds the new team and breeds generations. So it just seems like he's trying to do everything to just take them out of the fight and throw them off their game. Now, Jordan tells Cameron that the Ultra Humanite may have attacked Mr. Dessinger and offers to go after him as well. So they're all playing this side game. But the next question for me was, if Starman was Ultra Humanite, then who the heck is inside the albino gorilla? That's what I was scratching my head for the first 10-15 minutes thinking, what? And my other wish for the show, guys, leads on to that. You guys see my videos every week. You hear me talk about all the stuff which I dream about, and some of it's been answered. And this one was answered again. In that Mike and Jakeem was the people that solved the mystery. I wanted for so much for those two guys to get something important to do to the plot. It's important, guys, because they show them every week, a couple of minutes. Here's Mike, here's Jakeem, don't forget about them. So they must have had some relevance to the show. So guys, Mike and Jakeem solved the mystery of the Ultra Humanite. Thanks to the writers for giving them this much important exposition to the show, and also Cindy appreciated it. So Mike and Jakeem used Thunderbolt to be transported to one of the Dragon King's hidden labs. There, the young All-Stars, and they are deserved to be called such right now, they are a team. The young All-Stars discovered the Dragon King's dead body from his layout. And it's got his brain ripped out. So, guys, that was sending alarm bells off, because that meant that albino gorilla had Dragon King's brain inside his body. Yep, Cindy's dad is the Ultra Humanite, and we actually hear him talking to her in this episode, and he goes chasing after her and the boys. We don't really hear anything else outside of what's happened in their meeting. But Beth notes that Rex became addicted without the limiter, and Sylvester knew about it. So all of a sudden, guys, we're putting it all together now. It's then we figure out that the plan that Starman had was to throw everybody off their game. Let Rick take the limiter off for his hourglass. Let Beth get rid of her parents. He basically took the time to depower all of the JSA and turn against Cindy. He orchestrated the whole thing. Now Sylvester then dragged Pat off and dug a grave for him, revealing all along that he was in fact the vessel for Ultra Humanite's brain. And it's funny how the staff accepted him. I struggled with this, guys. I really did. I thought this was a great time for the staff to leave him. They kept showing Cosmo leaning on the tree behind him when he was digging the grave, and Starman was talking around all these different reasons why he fooled everybody. And every so often we got a shot of the staff leaning on the tree, but they didn't do anything with that. Now, guys, the staff is sentient. It's loyal to Courtney, and that's why why is it staying with Starman? I'm confused. Remember, guys, in the mid-season when Starman went off the rails and tried to kill somebody and Courtney demanded the staff come back to her, and it did. Well, she didn't even get a look in here. The staff chose Starman without a thought. So I thought that was really confusing. It's almost like she gave up with it as well. Things are bad, guys. I don't think people realise how bad things are at the moment. Pat is buried. Rick is in real bad shape. Cindy and the Young Stars have got Dragon King chasing after them in a gorilla albino body. Stripe is damaged. Thank you, Zeke. What the hell were you doing there? And Courtney doesn't have the cosmic staff. Sylvester's legacy, though, guys, it does live on in Pat. The speech that Courtney gave to Starman after he told Pat he was useless was endearing, and it was so emotional. But guys, that's why Brett Bassinger has won countless Saturn Awards and is the inspiration for an entirely new generation of superheroes. This means that the entire Pemberton family, guys, is died. The whole family line of the Pemberton have died. The parents died when Sylvester was young, his sister, Mary King, and the nephew, Henry. We both saw what happened with Henry and Brainwave, the brother-in-law, who had ultimately perished. So it's really crazy. I mean, I think that what's going to happen here is that Pat's going to come back and save them. So if you're worried about Pat being buried in the woods, well, there's somebody else that's buried in the woods that we've been waiting for to return to the show. Yes, folks, it's Grundy. Grundy has been away for the whole third season. And now it's time for Grundy to rise among the ashes and save Pat Dugan. So I think that that's what's going to happen there. But I have to come back to the Cosmic Staff. Do we really believe that the Cosmic Staff would allow Starman to do what he's doing? Remember, guys, when Courtney didn't believe in herself, the staff shut down on her. Yeah, it knew that she had lost something and just completely closed itself from her. But with knowing Starman isn't real, yet it still decides to work with him. So the moral compass of the staff is clearly missing. It's definitely a problem that the writers didn't think of. But hey, there's one episode left. There's plenty of time for Cosmo to come and turn the tide in this fight. So guys, look, I really thought this was a wonderful episode. I'm going to give this 9.1 out of 10. This was the best episode so far. And it looks like, guys, the series will definitely end on a high note. And honestly, I never doubted them. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that Netflix might be putting money into the series. You know, the talk of that happening is heating up. As well as Stargirl being in the DCEU. James Gunn has told everybody he's had a desire to tell a massive, gigantic DC story across all platforms. Games, TV shows, movies, streaming services, everything. And the films could be an Earth 2 series that could be continued there. And there's more to come from this as well, guys. There's much more to come from this. We're going to be seeing Stargirl in some crossovers. And there's also talk about releasing a Season 3 alternate ending on the upcoming DVD or Blu-ray release. So there's still a lot to come, guys. I wouldn't sort of think that this is going to shut down after the next week's last episode entirely. I think that we're going to be surprised. And there have been rumblings and talks from the creators that they are in constant contact with people to extend the show beyond the third season. So that is still happening, guys. The show is not dead. Yeah, let's not bury this one under the cover yet. So let me know what your thoughts are about this amazing, tremendous episode, and I'll speak to you guys in the finale. Peace out, guys.